Hi guys, Professor Latimer here today to bring you CC Cycle 1, Week 7, New Grammar and Review Ideas. So I wanted to show you my board that I had for Week 7 and go over kind of what we did for all the new grammar. So again, I like to make notes just with a pencil in my foundations guide of what activity I want to do for each subject. It helps me stay on track and stay within the 30 minutes. So I like to do that. We usually start with geography, and I get these from CC Connected. It's a geography trifold for Cycle 1. User Capel, and so this week is the Roman Empire, and I had a printout for each student to put by their black and white map, and they used dry erase marker and traced where each location was. And so we did just a show me, tell me for geography. And then for prepositions, we rolled, I have a foam dice with some just some white labels on it, and I write different actions or voices or silly voices. So for prepositions, we're just continuing to do that. Each student takes a turn to roll the dice, and we say the prepositions with that silly voice or that action, and they enjoy that. For science, what are some ways animals reproduce? And I found this on CC Connected as well. This is from a science trifold. I think it's also from Capel. Just a nice visual for different types for our science this week. The live birth and eggs, fragmentation, and budding. So it was nice to have pictures just to show them what each of those were. And we did some hand motions. So we did live birth, eggs, fragmentation, and budding. Like we have a bud coming up. So live birth, eggs, fragmentation, and budding. For math, I had them come up and be the tutor again with my pointer stick. We're just doing the 13s this week. So each student pointed to, we skip counting the 13s, and at the end of their turn, they got to circle 2 numbers. And when the next student comes up to point to our skip counting numbers, we would raise our hands when we got to a circle and put them down when we got to the next circle. So we were doing a lot up and down, especially with only one multiplication table this week. So that was fun. For timeline, we did find the dot. So before class, I take 5 of the cards and I draw with a dry erase marker a dot on the back of 4 of the 7 cards. And they take turns picking a card, and we see if we can find the dot. We go, yay, if they find a dot, and oh, if they don't. And then once we check that card, I lay it down and we sing through the timeline, that section of the timeline with that card missing. So that's what we did for timeline. For history, we did some hand motions. So I'll show those to you. So we did in Hinduism, point to your forehead. Developed around 1500 BC, was known for karma, so you're making a circle, and reincarnation, so we're making a triangle, which I believe stands for birth, death, and rebirth, and the caste system, so different levels of their caste system, and founded in the 6th century BC. Buddhism, like a belly, like with the statues you see of the Buddha, their belly. Buddhism teaches self-denial as the path to enlightenment. So those are the hand motions we did for history. And then for Latin, we have our 3rd declension noun endings. And I'm still really loving these from SuzanneShares.com. She has some great printable packets for Latin with some really helpful pronunciation guides. So we listened to this song a couple times for the new declensions, and then we'll repeat them again next week. But these have been really helpful for us for that. And that was new grammar. For since we're on week 7 now, we're transitioning into tin whistle, and we also had our first nature walk for science. And so we just combined our nature walk and took our tin whistles outside too, and that worked really well. We had nice weather, so we got to sit we had a park nearby, and we got to do our tin whistle while we sat outside too. So that worked well. And came inside and did review. This week I tried something a little different. I found a site, I'll try to post the link in the description, but for some bingo cards that have the different subjects on them, and then I just printed out some other copies of it. I don't know if you can read it, but I just cut them up, laminated them, and then I used a dry erase marker to put the weeks. So I have a whole bag of all the different subjects and different weeks, and I would draw one out of the bag and say, okay, timeline, week 1. And if they had a timeline square that they could mark, they would take a dry erase marker, because I laminated them, and colored in. And whoever got a bingo got a sticker. And so by the end, everyone had a sticker, and then we saw who could fill up their board, and they would get a sticker for doing that. So it went okay. It took a little bit of explaining to get it all figured out, but I think maybe if we do it again, it'll go a little easier. But bingo's a fun way to do review. So that is cycle 1, week 7, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.